and I was very lucky to catch an interview with the writer of Batman Begins and co-writer of The Dark Knight Rises, David S. Goyer. So thank you, David, for joining us. I just wanted to start by saying, can you tell us a bit about what you've done?
I started my career at 21 as a screenwriter, sold my first screenplay. I've been a screenwriter, a producer, a director of film and television. I've written comic books, novels, video games. So done a lot of things.
Brilliant. Is there a particular thing you've preferred doing, enjoyed doing?
I like being kind of an ombudsman, doing a lot of different things. I like bouncing back and forth from television to film. I love writing comic books. I'm fortunate in that I get to, whenever I get bored of one thing, I can shift on to another thing.
Brilliant. What was it like working on big blockbusters like Batman Begins?
It's crazy. I mean, I've worked on little projects. I've worked on films that cost, $2.5 million US, and then I've worked on films that cost $250 million. So Batman films in some cases were 100 times the size of the other things. But at the end of the day, you're doing the same basic things. And when you're doing something like Batman or Superman, you can't worry about how much money is being involved. You still have to try to do the best story possible. You can't worry about how much is on the line for the studio. And I remember at one point them saying with The Dark Knight or The Dark Knight Rises that between the film and the merchandise, they were potentially looking at $3 or $4 billion US. And I'm like, just don't tell me about that. I can't think about that.
Okay, and did you, in that sense, did you find there was any pressure co-writing The Dark Knight Rises after the success of the previous two?
There was some pressure. I mean, especially after The Dark Knight, because it had made so much money and at one time was the second most successful film of all time. So, and it was Warner Brothers' most successful film ever. So there was definitely pressure. The stakes were up. A lot of Warner Brothers' stock price was sort of weighing in the balance. But you still have to come down to writing the best story possible, and you just have to try to ignore all of that noise and do what you think is best for the story. Because if you start writing for the market or writing for what you think either the fans or the stockholders are going to like, that way lies madness.
Right. Yeah. Brilliant. Well, unfortunately, we've run out of time. So thank you very much, David Goyer, for joining us. Thank you.